What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Taking Jared's car today. We've been stacking some serious miles on this thing, just making sure she is dialed and ready to go for a very, very long time before it goes back to the customer, just to make sure Jared doesn't have any problems with it ever again. So that's what we got going on today. We are going to be working on the Widebody Evo today, which I'm very, very excited for. Made it to the shop. Spent a couple hours today removing tint off this car. Pretty much all the tint on this thing looked like this. I don't want to pull the back window off because how I get the glue off is different than how a tint shop gets the glue off. What they use is a steamer and it pulls the tint off, or the glue off of the tint. But I'll just rip the tint off and then use a razor blade or Windex to get the tint glue off. So being that there's these defroster lines in there, you cannot cut those. But yeah, the rest of the car is untinted and it looks kind of funny. It doesn't look bad. It looks cool because you can see the cage that I'm about to take out. It's kind of cool looking. Today, we are gonna be completely tearing this thing down interior wise and making it actually enjoyable to drive. This cage is annoying me. Seats are annoying me. The steering wheel is not bad. I might swap that out eventually. I'm not gonna do that today. We gotta get the cage out, and because it's not even bolted in the car, if I was to do a cage in the car, definitely wouldn't be this car. It'd be like my Evo 10, for example, that's actually fast, or you know, something like that. Not just a bolted cage that is not bolted in. So we're gonna be pulling the Cusco cage out of here, and then these bride or brid seats, however you want to say it, they're really, really nice, and I wish I fit in them, but I'm kind of a bigger man. I'm like 190 to 200 pounds depending on the day, and here, I'll just plop in here. I don't really fit all that well in them, so we're gonna be swapping them out, not for OEM seats, but for something else. Yeah, let's get this party started. We might do other things today too, but I don't know how difficult this cage is gonna be to remove. So let's yank it out and see where it leaves us. The Cusco cage is removed. Took about 15 minutes because we did not need any tools. All the bolts were already loose, which was pretty handy. I know some of you are probably confused why I'm pulling the cage out. I guess the simplest way to explain it, you know, I don't want it in this car. Let's go ahead, pull out the Zeta 2s and the harnesses. The seats are out, cage is out of course, harnesses are out, the interior is pretty much stripped all the way down to where I want it. I did decide I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the headliner. Whenever they put this cage in, they stained it up really, really bad, and it's got a few little creases and whatnot. I'm gonna see if I can get everything fixed up. I'm gonna try to clean it as best as I can with just the greaser and pressure washer. It's been like 90 plus degrees outside, so it's gonna dry immediately. But if I can't get it to an acceptable condition, I'm just gonna buy a new one. Let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we can do. Well, I ended up pulling out the headliner and cleaning it because it was absolutely filthy. I filmed that clip, but for some reason, it said it was not recovered on my memory card for some weird reason. Never had that before. But here's how it turned out. So this is the entire headliner. So I'm gonna let it dry overnight and we can slap her back in first thing in the morning. One thing I do need to do before we throw the headliner back in or even put the new seats in is I need to get this front bumper pulled off and pull off the Varis carbon splitter. We are shipping that out to get refurbished because, as you guys can see, it ain't the best condition ever. I've never done carbon fiber work and I'm not about to learn on a $1,000 plus splitter. So yeah, I'm gonna ship that out, and if they do good work, I'll let you guys know who did it so you can ship yours there too. All right, boys, it's the next day and this headliner is all dried up. Looks really, really nice and clean. There is still a little bit of creasing in it, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. So we got the headliner back in, interior is all complete. For the most part, we are missing the O-shit handles and sun visors, but we'll get those here soon. Also gave her a quick vacuum before we slap in the new seats, which are over here. Let's go ahead and open them up and see what we got. Of course, they're from Braum. It's the only aftermarket seat company that I like to run because they are super, super comfortable. If I didn't grab these Braums, I would just find OEM 10 seats and put them in. But it's been a while since I bought these, so let's go ahead, open them up and see what we went with. Those are different. I usually go all leather. This time we didn't. There's a little bit of leather down here, a little bit right up in here. The rest of it, what would you even call that material? I don't even know. Nice. I'm gonna call it nice material. I'm excited for these. All black to match the all black car. The rest of the interior is all black. Of course, the rear seat's all black. Door cards are all black. This is gonna be nice. Really, really nice. What's on the back here? For the amount of money Braums cost, I'm always blown away at the quality of these things. Just check them out. Not to mention every pair of Braums I've installed, which I think has been maybe 3 or 4 sets. They're always super comfortable. Let's get these brackets mounted up, which are in that little box right there. We got to get everything situated on the bottom of the seat, and then we can get these things bolted into the Evo. I'm still undecided on the steering wheel. I guess we'll figure the steering wheel out after we get seats in there. I just don't know if I like how far it sticks out. Maybe I'll keep the quick release setup and all that and just do a flatter, non-concave wheel that sticks out so far, or I'll just do an OEM. In the bottom of the Braum box, there is the little slider handle and the sliders. Don't forget that. I think there's hardware in there too. So if you throw that away, you're kind of screwed. So the first seat is assembled with the sliders, the little handle, and the bracket. Now, there's a ton of different settings, or I guess mounting points, mounting slots on that bracket where we can mount the sliders. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the car now, make sure it's not too far forward or too far back, too far left or too far right, because all that is adjustable. Ooh. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have a bigger back, big lats, if you work out and whatnot, these probably aren't the best seats in the world. I'm not like massively big, but they definitely still hug me a lot more than the other 3 or 4 pairs of Braums I have. These ones here are the Falcon S. I would say for like 170, 180 pounds without a big back. I'm not saying I got a big back, but without a big back, these things would be perfect. So if you can see down here, we have a ton of space right here and not much over here, not much for that seatbelt buckle. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the seat back out and I'm gonna shift it to the right just a little bit toward the outside of the car, just so we have a little bit more space for that buckle. But damn, these things look super nice in here. Very, very excited for them. I'm not hating on the old seats at all. They're freaking amazing. The brides are sick. These are much more comfortable. Seat is back in the car. We got everything situated as far as the positioning goes, and I love them. So let me show you guys exactly how the sliders and brackets mount. So the sliders get bolted onto the bottom of the seat first, and I'll show you guys the holes that we're using. So this is the back of the seat. This is the back of the slider. The back of the slider is the one with 2 slotted holes, and I'm using the front hole and also the front hole on the front of the slider. So those are what I'm using on the Falcon S seat. Now let's go ahead and get the mount bolted up on the sliders, and we'll be all done. Here is the base mounted up using all the center holes, but I slide the seat to the outside of the car as far as possible on the center holes. Now, all that's left is the buckle, and we are ready to put this thing in the car. The steering wheel is gonna have to go. I freaking love these seats, my friends. These things were definitely the right choice with trying to match the factory Evo 10 interior. They look perfect. They look fairly similar to a factory Recaro seat. Oh, I wish the top was a little bit wider for my fat boy back, but I must say these things fit me so much better than the old brides do. Now, if anyone has a factory steering wheel for an Evo 10, I think it's gotta be 2012 and up. That wants a nice quick release. I'll do some sort of swappy swap with you. I like it a lot. I just want to go back to a stock wheel for this car though. I think it's gonna suit this build a lot better. So hit me up on Instagram and we will figure something out. If you guys want to pick up a set of Brom seats, it doesn't have to be the Falcon S that we just put in here, but it can be any other set of Brom seats that we have. You can use my discount code. I'll have it on the screen and I will have it down in the description box below. That is gonna be our for today, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, if anyone wants the old bride seats too, hit me up on Instagram. Goodbye.